So what if I told you that improving your change enablement process is actually quite simple? All you need is a proven implementation improvement approach and to do things in the right way. It's absolutely possible to minimize risk and disruption, achieve faster and more efficient change implementation, and enhance stakeholder confidence and satisfaction. If you're watching this, you're probably asking yourself, well, what am I missing? And can these steps really work for me? And how quickly can I see results? Maybe you're already underway, putting in the incredible hard work to make improvements with trial and error, relying on basic tools and templates, and implementing ad hoc changes, but you're still not getting the results you want. Well, maybe you're just getting started and you know that you want to transform the way in which your organization and teams manage change, but you have no idea where to get started. No matter where you are on your journey, I see you, I hear you, and I've been you. And in fact, I'm here to help you. I'm excited because improving and modernizing ITSM processes is what I eat, sleep, and breathe. I also know that being able to make improvements to change enablement process is the best way to becoming a crucial contributor in your journey towards operational excellence. And when you get this right, you will build confidence among your leadership and teams, making you the go-to person for future improvement projects. You'll also become known as someone who can reliably deliver improvements, and you'll play a significant role in guiding your organization towards its goals. You'll not only reduce the likelihood of errors and disruptions, but your teams and organization will be able to implement change more quickly and efficiently, and you'll improve stakeholder buy-in and confidence. These are meaningful and tangible improvements and are exactly what your organizational needs from you right now. Truly, the hardest part is starting, but not just starting the right way. If you're a technology professional or have responsibilities for improving change enablement and you're struggling to find the empowerment and confidence in your work because you're constantly trying to balance improvements and keep things running all the time, then you're exactly in the right place. This is all about doing things the right way. If enabling change is crucial for driving digital transformation, why are so many organizations still struggling? Well, today it's about talking through the 4 steps to improving a change enablement process and becoming a trusted advocate for change and a leader in operational excellence within your organization. Today, I'm going to show you the exact same proven method that I've developed that takes technology professionals and IT service managers and head of operations and change managers just like you and equips them with the strategies they need to transform their unique skill set and deliver critical improvements to the change enablement process. So who am I and why should you trust me? These are great questions. So hi, I'm Kirk, and today I work with customers in 7 countries, elevating technology professionals to improve their ITSM processes, capabilities, and drive operational excellence. Over the past 14 years, my team and I have achieved some significant improvements for more than 60 organizations. And I'm lucky enough to work with a small but a mighty team of ITSM experts. And I call them my trailblazers. But most importantly, I'm a husband, I'm a dad of 3 children and 2 special pets. The path to where I am today has not been easy or anything but straightforward. My journey began in the hum of a call center, where I started out in a role that was miles away from leadership. But even in those early days, I had a drive that just wouldn't let me settle. I took every opportunity that was presented to me, and I pushed the boundaries of every role. It wasn't just about doing more. It was about carving out a unique path for myself. Each extra effort opened up doors that I couldn't even have imagined, and I found myself stepping into leadership roles. By pushing the boundaries of my experience and embracing challenges, I created a pathway that led me to becoming a senior leader at a young age. I'm sharing my journey because it hasn't been an easy one. Over the following years, I collaborated with teams to identify challenges and concentrate on operational improvements, and I gained a deep understanding of what it takes to build a high-performing team.
By this time, I'd been working for a boutique process consulting company and had been introduced to global best practices such as Six Sigma and ITIL. I wanted to continue to make a bigger impact. In 2009, I joined a multi-million-dollar transformation program between two powerhouse corporations, where the goal was to streamline the delivery of 10 enterprise services across 32 ITSM processes. The massive program with over 240 resources depended on making ITSM practices run smoothly and effectively. Unfortunately, the program was out of control. Delivery was way behind and the milestones were constantly being missed. My stream was on the critical path and I was under intense pressure. The weight of responsibility was immense. This was the biggest challenge that I'd faced so far. And I felt like everything depended on me. The anxiety and fear of falling short stressed me out, making me question everything. I was in a state of overwhelm. It was like I was on a hamster wheel. The program deliverables had already been agreed and locked in. The executive was expecting to see significant improvements. Every milestone was overdue. And we were consistently discovering more and more incoming work and scope as we went through. I was being pushed and pulled in every direction that had made me feel powerless to make improvements and any lasting changes. This was probably one of the lowest points of my career. But despite that, I knew I had to deliver. I was determined to succeed and prove my abilities. I shifted my focus and asked myself, what's essential for this program's success? And how can I make a meaningful impact? Here's how I went about it. I made a commitment to learning everything possible from an academic perspective and became an ITIL certified expert. I leveraged and pushed the boundaries of my expertise to date. I became comfortable being uncomfortable, and I knew that it wasn't just me that needed to get it, so I simplified processes and so that everyone could understand it, so that everyone could get involved. I grinded it out for almost 1 year, and this taught me that when you can become the change, you can define ways to help others, and this is when great things can happen. And when I achieved the program objectives, it was the most satisfying feeling. And this has continued to be our mission throughout the past 15 years since. So here's what I've learned. I've learned that any improvement that you're working on is really the only priority or project happening at that time.
I've had to work hard to gain the attention and the buy-in, to cut through the noise and find an angle to ensure that the program gets the attention, the sponsorship to be successful. How do I elevate myself to ensure that my process improvement initiative is going to be successful? Answering these questions and elevating people is what we've been able to do for a lot of people. And you're next. And this is exciting. Having said that, in the early days of my business, before I refined my process, it was still a struggle. I made a million mistakes, and that's what I want to help you to avoid. Because I believe in you, you have a unique skill set and a desire for improvement that needs to be elevated and shared. And I don't want you to waste years figuring it out like I did, experiencing anxiety and fear of falling short or being overwhelming questions, everything trying to figure it out what works. I've already done that, so you don't have to, okay? Trust me on this. That's why I'm sharing this with you. These are some of the accolades we've received over the last few years. And while industry recognition and accolades are rewarding, what truly satisfies me is seeing my customers simplify complexities, gain confidence and achieve significant improvements, and surpass their own expectations. So this is not theory. There's no more throwing spaghetti at the wall. This is a systematic, validated approach to improving change enablement. It's the same method that's helped transform IT operations. In my business in the past 14 years through my consulting engagements, programs, and it's been tested by 60 organizations in every industry imaginable and proven time and time again. So how do we help you to skyrocket your change enablement process and become a crucial contributor to your organization's journey towards operational excellence and gain the confidence amongst leadership and peers that you deserve? That's what we're going to talk about over the next 15 minutes. I'm going to show you how to improve your change enablement process and how to do it without attempting to tackle everything at once, focusing solely on technology skipping stakeholder involvement, and overcomplicating the process. You see, the more you try to do, the less you accomplish. The key to success is not doing everything, but in doing a few things well. So the 4 steps to improving your change enablement process. Step 1, Pathfinder. Blaze your own trail to success. Creating a clear pathway is crucial as it provides direction and structure, enabling individuals or teams to navigate complex processes, achieve their goals efficiently, and drive continuous improvement. Pathfinder really is all about establishing the foundational blocks for you to carry on and improve your change enablement process. Things have moved on in the world of process improvement. You see, the old way of doing things was really just developing a to-be process, then taking that to-be process and building out the technology requirements in alignment to support that to-be process. You then build, test, and go live with the technology and then undertake the training. But with so many out-of-the-box features and technology just releasing so much more functionality, the new way of operating is really focusing on defining specific outcomes and gaining that support. Identifying and prioritizing key improvement activities, involving as many people as possible in this process, clearly communicating and influencing the benefits of the improvements, and then finally measuring and being able to show the progress of the improvements. So when you're undertaking a process improvement initiative, you need to position yourself as a specialist outside of your normal role. You need to be working on rather than in. And when you do this, you automatically elevate yourself to a new level. You start to provide strategic insight that your management and leadership will listen to and recognize. Anyone can teach tactics, like fixing a workflow or updating a process map. It needs to be more than that. How are you going to influence? This is why Pathfinder is so important. You're crafting and articulating a strategic intent. And often, this hasn't been done before, but it works. This is an example of a strategic intent. It's a simple one-page summary that provides a pathway forward for your process improvement initiative. It provides key drivers and benefits, but most importantly, it provides a tangible way to align your improvement initiative with organizational objectives and gains buy-in from sponsors and stakeholders. Let's take a look at the components that make up the strategic intent. First thing is just giving some context and some background around why the initiative is necessary. Then moving on to the drivers for change, the specific problems that we're solving and the opportunities prompting the initiative. Strategic priorities, really around goals, clear, actionable steps or focus areas. Then we're looking at the leadership endorsement, so we're making sure that we've got the assurance and the commitment from our leadership. Then finally, really around the alignment with best practices, anchoring it back to global best practice methodologies that will guide the initiative. And then as we've been talking, we also talk about the desired outcomes. So what does success look like and how are we going to measure it? But most importantly, what's the benefit to the organization? The strategic intent is so important because it aligns what you're about to do with organizational objectives and you're speaking your executive's language. And even if they don't align initially, it gives them the opportunity to refine it, provide input, and give you even more buy-in. Secondly, when this is endorsed by the leadership team, you've got a clearly defined mission statement that's endorsed. The question for the leadership team is, now I need your support to be able to do this. The position to take with your peers and your teams is, we've now got a strategic piece of work that's endorsed by the executive, and this is how I need your help. So what is your Pathfinder? And how are you going to share this with all your stakeholders? Here's 10 questions to help you create your own strategic intent as part of step 1, Pathfinder. How does change enablement process improvements support our core mission and values? What outcomes do we want from this improvement to benefit our organization? How will improving the change enablement process help us manage change more effectively? What key principles or values will guide our decisions during this improvement? And how will this improvement help our organization better meet customer or stakeholder needs? Undertaking this process, you'll create a signature statement that stands out. Talk through each question and don't forget to think about the 3 steps to a successful process improvement. So I truly believe that every technology professional can make significant operational improvements, and I promise you, you have this ability. If you're not sure where to start, our team has a ton of experience helping identify and position process improvements. It's one of the first things we focus on in our training. I seriously cannot state the value of this enough, because this allows you to cut through all the noise of other projects and programs in your space and help you to focus on one specific process, one specific pain point, and one specific outcome. Let's continue with our questions. Number 6, what's our long-term goal for change enablement, and how does this improvement help us get there? How will this improvement help us to be more efficient, manage risks, or become more competitive? How will this improvement encourage ongoing learning and flexibility in our organization? How does this innovation fit into our change enablement improvements, and how will we support it? And finally, how will we measure if this improvement is successful? And what milestones will we show that we're making progress? If you use these 10 questions to craft your strategic intent, you'll be well on your way to creating lasting improvements for your change enablement process. But don't forget the curse of the tech professional. Tech professionals often fall into the trap of addressing every problem or improvement idea with a technology solution. However, achieving lasting success requires a broader perspective that considers organizational needs such as processes and people, and not just the latest tech. So let's move on to step number 2, level up check. This is the assess your current state to map your targeted improvements. Step 2, the level up check, is essential to understand your current position and identify the steps needed for continuous improvement. So there's 6 key focus areas that we really want to focus on to understand your current state. So the first element is around change strategy alignment, just ensuring that your change enablement process aligns with broader business goals to drive strategic outcomes. Second element is around stakeholder engagement, assessing key stakeholders and their support. The third element is around process consistency, understanding the quality and any variability in change enablement. Number 4 is around risk management and control, identifying process risks and controls for change execution. Element 5 is around change velocity and adaptability, assessing the speed and flexibility to adapt to the evolving business needs. And number 6 is really around performance metrics and the feedback loops, understanding how responsive measurement metrics and feedback capabilities are of your current change enablement process. Mastering these 6 elements is crucial to driving real change success. We've made it simple and it's free. Just head over to servicemanagementspecialist.com/CE to schedule a session with our team where we'll guide you through a quick online assessment to help you get started. And at the end of the assessment, you'll receive a free assessment report, summary and recommendations across the 6 key elements. We'll also provide a review and a walkthrough of that report with you. So that's free. So make sure that you go to servicemanagementspecialist.com/CE. So that's step 2, level up check done. Let's move on to step number 3, the fix it flow. Fix it flow efficiently resolves issues and prevents reoccurrence. A well-defined fix-it flow is crucial for systematically addressing and resolving issues within the change enablement process, ensuring ongoing improvements and establishing a sustainable, credible capability. So the way that fix-it flow works is that if you think about the outcomes of step 2, our level up check, we've now got a list of recommendations that we need to undertake. We take them as outcomes of step 2 and we start to plug those into activities. And those activities, we need to assign them to process, tools, people, and also communications. Once they're done and you've got now a list of activities, what we call this is the Fix-It Flow project plan. So this is essentially now your project improvement plan for change enablement. What we find is that folks who are attempting to make improvements to the change enablement process often default to defining improvements to technology only. Do you remember when I said that making lasting improvements is all about doing things the right way? Do you remember the curse of the technology professional? You see, your job as a change enablement process improvement specialist is all about considering people, process, tools, and communication. Are we suggesting acquiring a new tool? No. Are we suggesting hiring a new change manager? No. Why? Because these things will prolong your journey to improvement. You need to focus on what you already have and make an attempt to refreshing it in the right way. And the right way is defining a list of improvements that span people, process, tools, and communications. Within our Change Enablement Accelerator program, we go into a lot more detail and we provide you with a Change Enablement Strategy template where we share our SMS Change Enablement Maturity Model, and you'll have the opportunity to undertake a 30+ point assessment and receive detailed recommendations and outcomes. You'll receive a Change Enablement Project Plan and a Change Enablement Process template that's aligned to global best practices. As well as that, the Accelerator program provides you with online modules that walks you through each stage. You'll also receive email support as and when you need it. We recently partnered with a client in the healthcare industry who had just upgraded their toolset. At the beginning of the project, the overall agreed approach was to take a like-for-like approach, replicating their old processes within the new platform. As a result, they found themselves stuck. There was no noticeable improvement, and worse, formal changes were decreasing while change-related incidents continued to rise. Frustration was building, and they couldn't figure out why they weren't seeing the outcomes they expected. That's where we came in. Our team didn't just focus on the tools, we took a holistic approach. We re-examined their entire change enablement process and engaged stakeholders and developed a strategic framework for ongoing communication and improvement. The result, a streamlined, proactive process that continues to drive real, measurable results. And this is what they said. Historically, we've struggled working directly in the toolset. We found we are in a much better position after this engagement. We don't have the skills internally, and SMS were very easy to explain things, and the result was fantastic. Here's another one. We recently worked with an IT manager in the beverage production industry, who upon being appointed in his new role quickly noticed that the team was underperforming. There was no budget allocated for process improvement, no intention of replacing the existing toolset, upgrading systems, or bringing on additional resources. When we began working together, he started small, focusing on a very few quick wins. In a short time, he was able to demonstrate tangible improvements, which gave him the momentum to continue to drive change. Using the resources he had available, he achieved ongoing improvements, which ultimately led to significant positive impacts on the team's performance and IT service stability. And this is what he said. It's been a pleasure to work with SMS. Kirk has been thorough in his assessment and attentive to our requirements of our IT landscape. He's very knowledgeable, and his collaborative approach is very helpful in getting us the right resources involved. So here's the thing, like most of our customers, you need to maximize what you have. Stop waiting for extra funding and start seeing results. Much like a chef creating a gourmet meal with the ingredients already in the pantry, IT leaders can achieve remarkable results by optimizing the tools and resources they already have. Instead of waiting for additional funding or resources, it's time to unlock the potential within your current setup and start driving meaningful improvements. To maximize what you already have, we call this the FLP. Focus on streamlining existing processes, leverage current tools more effectively, and prioritize small, impactful improvements that deliver quick wins. The key to unlocking success and process improvement is all about building momentum and earning stakeholder trust. The key to achieving lasting success and process improvement lies in building momentum through small, visible wins and earning the trust of all stakeholders by demonstrating consistent progress. Start by focusing on quick wins, impactful improvements, and maintaining open communication to align everyone towards a shared goal. Let's move on to step number 4, the tune-up cycle. Enhances and refines the change enablement process. The tune-up cycle is essential for regularly refining and optimizing processes to maintain peak performance and efficiency. So there's 5 stages to the tune-up cycle. And this is how it works. The first one is invest time and effort upfront to ensure a solid framework. The second stage is really around reviewing the vision and the strategy for improvement in context to your digital transformation objectives. Significantly important to align yourself to not only the digital transformation objectives, but your organizational goals. Finally, stage 3 is continue to brainstorm and identify quick win opportunities. We've spent a lot of time talking about activities and outcomes, but now it's really about this ongoing brainstorming and identifying quick wins and opportunities for improvement. The fourth stage is really prioritizing and estimating those quick wins and their completion time using the 30, 60, 90-day format. And finally, stage 5 is really assigning and supporting resources to complete specific quick wins. And earlier in this video, I talked about assigning to other resources and getting everyone involved. This is your opportunity to continuously do that. Start small, but think strategically. A common mistake in change enablement process improvement is trying to overhaul everything at once. Begin by identifying 1 or 2 key pain points or quick wins that show immediate value. Examples may include reducing change-related incidents or improving communication between stakeholders. These early successes will build momentum and buy-in from the team. And these are good news stories that you can share with your sponsors, teams, and executives. So there's the 4 steps to improving your change enablement process. So what are you waiting for? The thing is, these stories of success are not unique. The previous examples that I've shared are 2 of hundreds of people who have helped through our experience, guidance, knowledge, and sharing. And you can be next. Whether you're already underway with improvements and just need some help putting it all together, or if you're starting from scratch, this approach works. No matter what industry you're in, no matter where you are in the world, this approach works for you too. The success stories you just heard about are within reach. Sorting change enablement to be a smooth and a valuable process that everyone abides to is possible, and it's not too far away. So what are you waiting for? Go to servicemanagementspecialist.com/CE to schedule your session. So are you ready? If you're ready to level up your impact and achieve more scalable and efficient change enablement, if you're prepared to take radical accountability and are committed to putting in the work, you can do this. But you don't have to do it alone. Together, we can enhance stakeholder confidence and get that buy-in. You just need to take the first step and book a free strategy call with our team today. We've set aside time over the next 3 days to meet with you. So go to servicemanagementspecialist.com/CE. So here's a little bit about what you can expect. The call is just 45 minutes and it's dedicated to understanding your business and your goals. By the end of it, you and your team will know if we're a good fit, and you may be invited to join my program, Roll Up Your Sleeves and Get to Work. When it happens, our team will walk alongside you through the refinement and validation of improvements. We will coach you on how to build a robust change enablement process and gain the buy-in from stakeholders and sponsors. On top of that, you get exclusive access to a free 6-point change enablement level up check assessment. Along with a personalized summary report, this report includes expert commentary and tailored recommendations, giving you the clarity and the confidence to kickstart your improvements immediately. Start elevating your authority, expanding your influence, and driving real results in your change enablement process. If you're ready to make the commitment to yourself and your career, then click the button below and schedule your call today. But do it now, because we have a limited number of openings available. You can waste years trying to juggle tactical and trial and error improvements, or you can get the expert guidance that will put you on the fast track to success. You're here watching this for a reason. Why not take that next step in solidifying your future successes? Now, if you have any issues clicking on that link, please just email us at ask@servicemanagementspecialist.com. So go to servicemanagementspecialist.com/CE to start today. Thank you for watching. I trust this has been helpful. Click the link below and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye for now.